The day wasn't over for Badger fans after the open practice here at the Bradley Center. What they did is walk right across the street into the Milwaukee Theater for a pep rally.
John Ellie, I'm at Homeland Court here on the north side of Beloit. This is where authorities tell me that 5-year-old Hayden Powell went missing this morning. These are some of the items an ideal winter emergency kit should have. For one, a bag for everything, then also things like a flashlight, a little bit of food.
It's been quite a while since the Badgers were able to play in the tournament so close to home, and this afternoon, fans were taking advantage of it.
That's right, John Ellie. It may be as simple as errors in paperwork, but now parents who bring their kids to the daycare right behind me may have to look for different options.
The easiest thing to do is just check on your basement regularly, especially if you're about to leave for a long period of time. The sun is shining, and the snow is melting. For many, it's a blessing. It was supposed to make a routine flight between Kuala Lumpur and Beijing, but it never arrived. The sheriff says it's important to have fun this weekend, but it's just as important to be safe while doing it. That's why you'll see a lot more of these on the road. When you look at 4-year-old Michaela Keene, you'd think she's a normal, happy little girl. But there's something she hides well. It's one of those risky traffic situations. When the light turns yellow, do you stop or do you go? Battling bitter cold temps and inches on inches of snow. Just yesterday, streets covered, plows working hard. Today, the tables have turned. It's called Neck Nominate. People take videos of themselves drinking insane amounts of alcohol. Scotty Patterson confessed not only to the Middleton robbery, but also to 3 others. February 20th on McKee Road and on Whitney Way on February 26th and December 13th. And parents like Stephanie Schultz say it's a great place for their kids. When you look at 4-year-old Michaela Keene, you'd think she's a normal, happy little girl. But there's something she hides well.
Michaela was born at 26 weeks. She suffered a grade 4 brain bleed at birth.
And that took a toll on little Michaela.
She had her first seizure at 14 months old. She was diagnosed with epilepsy at age 2.
When she was first diagnosed, her dad, Alex, quit his job so that he could be at home to take care of her. And that meant income cut in half, but bills multiply.
We have we budget for medical bills. It's the way it is. 2 at lunch, 3 more at supper. Oh, and actually 1 more at bedtime.
But there's something that could help, and Stacy is fighting for it. It's called CBD oil, short for cannabidiol.
It's an extract from the cannabis plant. It's treating seizures in children.
But given what it stems from, there's a roadblock for the Keene family.
So right now in Wisconsin, we have no options. Unless we pick up and move our family to Colorado, CBD oil is illegal.
It's only legal in a select few states, but there it's had a tremendous effect on seizure patients, cutting down on bills, medication, and most importantly, cutting down on seizures. Lawmakers in Wisconsin are looking at making changes. Assembly Bill 726 was passed a few days ago. It would allow CBD in Wisconsin. Now, Stacy and many other parents are hoping it makes it to the floor for a vote. Senator Bob Wirch is a co-sponsor of the Assembly bill.
I was approached by the parents, and I think it's a good idea. This gives people with seizures an alternative to use to alleviate the effects of their problem, and it has no real side effects.
Stacy is hoping for a change for her, for other families, and most importantly, for Michaela. It's one of those risky traffic situations. When the light turns yellow, do you stop or do you go? In many other states, cameras catch you and bring in cash.
Yep, we can do that.
John Bowman from the National Motorist Association says it's a frequent practice.
It's very common to see fairly aggressive traffic enforcement, especially with the operation of speed traps around the country.
According to John, a statute in Wisconsin doesn't allow law enforcement to use traffic cameras.
There's really no safety justification for those kinds of things. And really all they amount to is a way to generate revenue for a city or a municipality.
In fact, John says they can be dangerous.
Certainly their impact on rear-end types of accidents almost always go up.
Sometimes even the engineering of the intersection is changed to yield more profit.
If you shorten the yellow light time, you force people to either slam on the brakes when they see the yellow light or to speed up and try to make it through the intersection.
And that, John says, does more to cause accidents than to prevent them.
It's called the dilemma zone, and it puts people in a really tough spot between making a choice to perhaps get into a rear-end accident or force themselves to run that intersection and get a ticket.
Nationally, the number of traffic cameras has declined over the past few years.
We are seeing a slight decline in the use of red light cameras in terms of the number of cities that are using them.
So after all, we can consider ourselves lucky in Wisconsin, being one of only 12 states that bans the use of traffic cameras. It's called Neck Nominate. People take videos of themselves drinking insane amounts of alcohol in the most daring places and ways, well, just to neck and to nominate.
I nominate
Someone to do something even more extreme.
It seems to be a new way to sort of show off.
John Smith is a substance abuse counselor. I showed him an Neck Nominate video.
That is changing the structure of your brain.
I reached out to Facebook and YouTube. Both responded with statements. Facebook telling me in part that they do not tolerate content which is directly harmful, such as bullying. But behavior which some people may find offensive or controversial is not always necessarily against our community standards. And a YouTube spokesperson says, we're serious about our safety and have community guidelines outlining what material is not allowed on YouTube. When videos are flagged, we review them quickly, and if we find that they violate the guidelines, we remove them.
It's like, here, let's take videos of ourselves poisoning ourselves.
Still, searching Neck Nominate on YouTube brings thousands of results.
That dosage of ethanol is poisonous to the human body. It's why you throw up.
It all started in Australia, and it made it to Europe, where it's since been linked to 5 deaths in the United Kingdom.
Heavy equipment for heavy jobs. Many are happy the snow is melting, but where does it all go? Many times it's right in your house.
The sun is shining, and the snow is melting. For many, it's a blessing.
We're watching for our next round of snow to move in, but
for weeks we've been battling bitter cold temps and inches on inches of snow. Just yesterday, streets covered, plows working hard. Today, the tables have turned.
It's a very busy time of year for us.
Randy Schmidt is the general manager at Capital Remediation.
A lot of people are experiencing water damage that they really weren't ready for.
When the snow melts, it's got to find a place to go. Many times the result looks like this or this.
Biggest thing is to keep the groundwater away from your house so that as it melts, it doesn't go in your house.
If you're wondering how to do that, well, the answer is simple.
Shovel. Pick up a shovel, pay the neighbor kid, tell him to shovel the snow and get it away from your house.
Because if you don't, it could be an expensive deal.
$3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $7,000.
And a big way to prevent it all.
Go downstairs, take 2 5-gallon buckets of water, put them in your sump pump to see if the pump works.
If it doesn't, replace it, because a couple $100 sump pump could end up saving you thousands.
The easiest thing to do is just check on your basement regularly, especially if you're about to leave for a long period of time. Reporting in Madison, Max Hess, NBC 15 News.